During the week, she teaches toddlers, steering their young minds down the right path. During the weekends, she does a totally different kind of steering altogether. Either way, a young North Andover resident is always doing her best to keep her life on track. Her name is Maggie Clark. She drives the number 27 car and is the force behind Magster Motorsports.
Primarily, our home track is Star Speedway in Epping, New Hampshire. When we had our pure stock, we were running Hudson Speedway a couple times. We wanted to try Lee, but I never quite was comfortable enough to get to Lee, but definitely in this slingshot, I really, really want to get to Lee.
As a child, she was already accomplished in her riding skills, but not on four wheels, rather four legs.
My mom had me in a backpack on the beach riding a horse when I was 2 months old. And ever since then, I've just, even to this day, even though I still drive the race car, and you'll catch me in the barn.
In her early teens, she decided to upgrade her ride, switching from horses to horsepower.
When I was 13, 14 maybe, during the races, I wouldn't just be in the stands eating my ice cream. I'd be down in the pits with them, and they'd make an adjustment, and I'd ask, what does that do? Why would we do that? And my grandfather caught on to it, and then finally I went to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, I think I'm ready to get behind the wheel. And my dad, being my dad, was like, I don't know, maybe we should stick to the horses. And I was like, no, I think we should really try racing. And we went up to Star Speedway, I think a couple Wednesday show, practices, and the first time I was really excited. I had no fear at all. I think it was the adrenaline that was driving me. And then once I got out there, I was like, oh my, this is getting real.
In 2020, at the age of 14, she not only made her way onto the track, but into the winner's circle as well. She won 2 races in the Speedway's Pure Stocks division, and in doing so, won not only the respect of her peers, but the respect of a visiting NASCAR driver as well.
I definitely have to shout out Ryan Preece. He was racing his NASCAR wheel and tour car at Star Speedway a night that we were racing, and I was a little fangirl walking up with my trophy I just won, and he looked at me in my eyes and he says, you got to keep going. You're going somewhere. And, everyone else is like, okay, all right. And then when Ryan Preece said that in my face, I was like, okay, I know I'm something. I'm not just a somebody. And that really meant a lot.
That early success added to the excitement of her life on the racetrack. And while racing does provide more than its share of excitement, there are also inherent dangers, the kind of dangers she experienced firsthand in 2021.
On 9/11 in 2021, I got into a very dangerous wreck, I would say. I was leading the race. I had a car and a half lead going into turn 1, and someone actually went through the infield and spun me out. And I got T-boned 5 or 6 times, front, back, center. And I thought I was okay. I put my window net down to tell the fans and the officials I was okay. And then once I tried to pull myself out, I just felt this pain in my shoulder and my neck that I've never felt before. It actually took 3 or 4 doctors to finally find the tear in my shoulder. So in 2023, May of 23, I underwent shoulder surgery to get my labrum fixed, and they actually shaved some of the socket that your shoulder sits in, so that my shoulder has a deeper socket to sit in.
And as she went on, it became apparent that the challenge wasn't so much the crash itself, but how she responded after the fact.
I got really anxious when I stopped racing. I was having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I didn't go to school a lot because of it. It really, really bothered me, and I was like, I think I need to get back behind the wheel, Dad. I took the summer off, and I got cleared by the surgeon, and he, being his little girl, he was like, no, you got hurt in that. I'm okay with that. No, we're not gonna I'm okay if we sit out. And my doctor's like, yeah, I think that your race car is your medication, the adrenaline, and your head's always kind of thinking. So not having the race car to fall back on, I think definitely made me anxious. And so I told my dad, I'm like, let me race again, please. I love it. It's my hobby. It's my life. I eat, sleep, race, repeat. And he's like, I don't know, Mags. I don't know. And I'm like, no, let me prove it to you. And so I started racing again, and it definitely was the medicine. After the long road of recovery and PT and everything, got back behind the wheel.
Clark is a 2023 graduate of North Andover High School, and she's had to make some room for that diploma on her trophy shelf, which was already filling up.
I brought up Ryan Priest earlier, and Ryan was always very sweet and honest with me. This is the trophy that he actually signed the night he looked me in my eyes and told me, "Don't give up, you're going places." This was my first win. It was actually my second time out on the track. I got my very first win, which was very cool. And then my first year racing, I ended up second in points, and I lost by 1 point, which was very tough to swallow. But the more I looked at it, I was like, you know what? It's my first year ever, and I'm second in points. That's pretty awesome to think about.
As it is with different types of race cars, there are different types of fuel for different types of people. And while many people are fueled by their goals and ambition, a good part of Maggie's drive is fueled by family.
I think my uncle noticed I was more interested. I was always trying to learn every bit I could, and he definitely caught on to it fast. This is my grandfather's first ever super modified at Lee USA Speedway in 1966. My boyfriend George, he runs a modified. It's the open-wheeled cars, you see the NASCAR Wheeling Tour and stuff like that.
And what's next on the track for Maggie Clark?
I think my long-term goal is either to end up driving a modified or going back to my family's original roots and driving a 350 super modified. That's a car with the wing on top, the open wheels, the motor on the left. It's always been a dream to run a super modified. I would love to just get into a modified or a super modified.
In the race of life, Maggie Clark has learned how to handle the twists and turns that come her way and stay on track, all the way to the checkered flag.